Why are you so worried about questions and stuff? What you trying to hide?
Nah, I just like to be prepared. You know, I don't want to sound crazy. Sometimes my hood ways can come out.
Hood ways. You from the streets?
No, I'm from the Bronx.
What does that mean? I'm not from New York, so what you looking around for?
In the Bronx, we speak a little different. So it's like I want to make sure that I'm prepared and I sound still like myself, but make sure I sound right.
Right, I feel you.
My wife Lala, she always tell me, make sure you practice with them.
Shout out to Lala, she's over here on security.
Baby in the building. What's up, baby?
Making sure hubby's good.
Oh, definitely. She gotta make sure I look good. You feel me?
I appreciate y'all coming here today. I know there's a little one in the picture. How old is he now?
My little son, man, he's 20 months. You know.
20 months.
Yeah, you know when you're a new dad, you count the months until they're 2 years. Then after that, are you 2, you 3? But till then, like he's 17 months, 18 months. So we counting all the months, not the days, but definitely the months.
I know you told me already, but what's his name again?
Jerry Jr.
Jerry
You
Jr.
know his dad.
Jerry Jr. Housey.
Jerry Hero Housey.
Hero?
Yeah.
His middle name is Hero.
That's my middle name. I'm a hero, baby.
I mean, I know you're a hero, but who named you Hero?
My parents, my mom and my dad. They named me.
They set you up for success.
Well, they wanted me to. I'm like the miracle baby. They would say like, because when my father they was having kids or whatever, right, and they wanted to have a boy, right. So I have a sister named Perry, right.
Perry, P-E-R.
P-A-R-E-E.
Okay.
So I have a sister named Perry. Then I have a sister named Jerry. I have another sister named Jerry.
Okay.
So they thought that she was gonna be a boy, but ended up being a girl, and they ended up keeping the name. And my father wanted a boy, so he wanted to try again, and they got me 7 years later. Yeah,
You're
7
the
years.
first boy.
First boy. Mm-hmm. So they had me, and my mother said that I was so handsome. This no bullshit. Can I curse on here? Clean it?
Yeah, preferably not.
All right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I gotta be Bronx or clean it up.
I would have been like part of the Mad Max in me from the past is like, yeah, go ahead and curse, but like the man I'm trying to be like Christ-like is like, nah, Max, be a good example. Be honest with Jerry. So,
but you know my energy. But
yeah, bro. Look, I got that too.
Yeah, we all do. I see you in the gym, bro.
I take it out on the weights. I'm like, all right, let me take it out here where I don't get killed or go in jail. Like,
we focus.
Right. But brother, Stronghouse Fitness.
Oh yeah, man. It's Stronghouse Fitness, man.
Tell me about Stronghouse Fitness.
Stronghouse Fitness, man. It was an idea that I thought about 7 or 8 years ago. That it's crazy to me.
Was this when you got to LA or before?
I kind of was working on it before I got to Los Angeles. I moved out here, and the transition out here was crazy because I didn't want to move to LA.
Why didn't you want to move?
Because when you're from New York, it was like you go to LA, it's like New York,
slow.
LA. Now it's just the
dynamic is different.
Yeah, it's a different culture, different lifestyle. Like when you're in New York, you're comfortable there, and then you think of LA. LA just on the other side of the world, and it's like, nah, we're not LA people. It's just growing up watching movies and stuff like that. You just think of LA as just being totally different.
Okay.
So I had to, so I didn't want to move here. So I told my wife I'll move anywhere but Los Angeles. So I wanted to go to Tampa. I think
South Florida. That's where I'm from.
Tampa, New York, back to New York, and Houston. But she was like, "I'm moving here with or without you." So she was not playing.
And her opinion matters.
I made a decision. I'm here now.
So looking back now, how you feel about the decision?
It's probably the best decision of my life.
Okay.
It's first of all, I love everything about LA. I like the lifestyle here as far as like the healthy living. It's always sunny. It's like you don't have to think about what to wear the next day. Like in New York, it could go from being cold to hot to rain to snow. All that different stuff messes with your mental. And how I think about it. So I think it messes with your mental. So
right.
LA is a place for me to be.
Okay.
So I love it here. I built a family here, and I got a big community here with Stronghouse Fitness. You're a part of that. You're a part of the community.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No,
I love the gym.
No, I love your energy. I want people to bring energy into the facility.
The energy is contagious. So like what you started inspired me to like find out what's going on at the gym and also to participate.
Yeah, man.
So,
Listen, what we building is something different, and it's something that I looked at 7 years ago when I moved here and started getting into personal training. I said, yo, it's dull in that, or the West Hollywood area was very dull. Mm-hmm. It wasn't no culture there, and
in LA,
and for me as a trainer, right, I need to be somewhere where I'm motivated. And most of these gyms, the colors are dull. The music is
Terry
rock.
Design.
Yeah, the music is rock. I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
We don't listen to that. So I'm like, and they'll sprinkle our music in there a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I feel like we the culture. Like people like hip hop, they like reggae, all this type of the different cultural music.
Hip hop is the most viral genre right now.
Yeah, but it wasn't being played in the gyms I was going to. So it was a lot of like the EDM, pop music, or whatever you want to call it. And I said, you know what? I want to build something that when you walk into it, you just feel motivated. Like when I played football, I wanted to.
Where you play football at?
Play at the University of Buffalo. I played there, man. And when I went to work out into a facility, like you wanted to work out. You wanted to feel everybody energy was like
I seen
on 100.
You get into character for your workouts.
I have to, man. And you see me zone out before.
Right.
I don't like to talk to people usually because I'm
I'm
100 miles an hour.
I'm either, like I was telling somebody earlier, I'm either on or off, and if
I'm in the gym, I'm on, and I don't really want to. No offense, I really don't want to talk to them.
Right, it's not the time or place.
I'm here. I got 45
before or
minutes.
after the workout.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to this hour. Like nothing's gonna stop me in this hour. So I don't listen to distractions. Just like in life, I'm not. In life you're gonna get distractions.
You've always been this focused?
Yes, I would.
Come on, now.
You know what's
that must have been like a transition.
It's always rocky roads, but now that like it's crazy now because I'm to the point when I get to do a lot of flashbacks, right? Because people ask me my story and stuff like that, and I realized like, yo, I've always been like this, but never knew it.
Okay, so
just like I get asked like, yo, when did you want to be an entrepreneur? And I'm like, I don't know. I never thought about being an entrepreneur, but I never wanted to work for somebody.
Right.
So I never thought
the
about
it. The mindset was always there.
I always had little jobs, but it was like I never really had like a job. Like I worked at Skechers and stuff like that in the finance department, and it was cool. But I'm not a corporate guy. When I was growing up, I wanted to be the Wall Street, going to Suitcase, being in New York City. New York City, you just want to be. I wanted to be down there, and with the suits and be amongst the people. Then working at Baker America in Buffalo. I realized, because they trying to control you. You can't. First, I don't do well with authority when somebody try to talk down to me. I don't do well with that. But when you work in those jobs like that, sometimes you might just have to sit there and eat your tongue. Bite your tongue. And I'm like, yo, no, this sucks.
Temporary.
Like, this just sucks. And at the end of the day, in my eyes, they look at you just as a number. So I'm like, yo, you can bust your ass, but you're not getting a pay raise.
Right.
They're not showing you your value. So I'm like, yo, I can't do this. And
how long did you do that?
I did that for 2.5, 3 years. But before that, this the entrepreneur entrepreneur mindset. Like when I was a kid, I couldn't I grew up in the Bronx and grew up in poverty. So like my mother had seven brothers and sisters. Grew up in a 2-bedroom household. So it's like my mom's out there hustling.
7 brothers, 7 sisters, 14 kids.
No. 3 boys, including me.
Army.
3 boys, including me.
Okay.
4 sisters. So
that's still a good number.
Yeah, so it's 7 of us. So basically 9 of us in a 2-bedroom. My parents had the other room, and you got 7 kids to split the bedroom and the living room. You got to split it. So we did that, and it's basically a struggle. So like if my parents can't afford something, like you can't do anything about it. So what I did was I used to sell candy on the train. Right, in New York City trains.
How old were you when you started doing that?
Probably like 12, 13.
Okay.
Like I saw a way to make some money. I said, yo, I know I don't want to work like a 9 to 5. So I said, I saw my friends, some of my friends were doing it, but they didn't want to kind of teach me the game. It was
That's funny.
It was crazy. It was like, yo, they was making all this money, but they was like, yo, because back home I known as, they call me Shank or Shank, right back home, right?
Why is that?
We're not going to get into that.
Okay, that's a different episode.
Yeah,
tune in next time.
Tune in next time. But they didn't want to teach me the game, and I begged them. I used to go on the train with them, and they used to run away from me on the train. It was crazy. But eventually they taught me the game, and I basically became the one who like finished on top of that.
Took over.
Took over. It was.
That's why they were like, nah, don't give them too much too soon.
It was crazy. I started making $700 a week selling candy. Like I would go to school, go to the warehouse to buy the M&M peanuts, and sell 2 boxes every day. And then on Saturday, get up in the morning, 8 in the morning, go to the warehouse, and I will not leave until I sell 4 boxes of candy. And so I used to just do that every week by week by week. And then the money started getting bigger and bigger. I'm like, yo, this is...
Your upbringing inspired ambition.
Well, yeah, I had to get it. Because nobody's going to give you anything in this world. Like, you know, you got parents and stuff like that. Like, yo, it's a lot in my household that's going on. So I'm not going to... If I already see my mother struggling, I'm like, yo, if my friends got the new, you know, the PlayStation, the dyno bikes. Those are $300. My parents can't afford... $300 is a lot of money. Like, so it's like when you look at things, I'm like, yo, I can't do it. I can't ask my mother or my father because I don't want them to be stressed out even more because they want to give us the best they have, but if they can't really afford it.
Right. It's like if you got food and water, shelter, I mean.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's how
doing decent. But like, you know, moved to LA. I know you were doing personal training for a while. Funny thing, like, I met you at Runyon Canyon doing a group hiking.
He started that.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember because a lot of people were showing up. I didn't remember all the different faces. But COVID hit, gyms closed. I started seeing pictures of people like working out, you know, in a gym that's being built. And I was like, I'm seeing a lot of us in there.
Yeah, hey, listen.
I'm seeing a lot of us. And next thing you know, it's Jerry that I met at Runyon. You know, he had to remind me because I was like, he was quiet.
Yeah, bro, because I was
mad quiet and humble, but
that's how I move, bro.
Plotting.
Nah, I'm not plotting.
Is plotting negative? Is that word negative?
Nah, plotting is not negative. Well, this is the way you look at it.
Yeah.
Right? So, I'm the type of guy who just focus on hard work. Like I'm willing to meet everybody. Like when I met you, I was like, yo, cause I used to follow you on your page. Like,
and then you unfollowed.
Definitely didn't unfollow. Don't be lying out here in these streets.
I don't know if you unfollowed.
Nah, but I was a big fan. I was just watching it. Not even was a big fan. I mean, still am a big fan of yours.
Likewise.
Just to see what you're doing.
Switch.
Hey, listen, man, it's crazy because I'm looking at your page. I'm like, yo, damn, this the guy right here. Like, it was you and TJ. Like, I know your guys is like brothers.
Right.
So it's like I watch your guys, man, and I'm like, damn, man, look at these guys, man. The guys I follow and I admire on Instagram, and we all in amongst a circle. And but I'm low key. Like once you get to know me, then you understand me.
Right.
But you know, at the beginning, like I'm watching.
Privacy is good too. Like
you gotta watch your energy. You know, you can like somebody like online, but you gotta see how they move. Their energy might not match your energy.
You're right.
And be like, you know what? That's not a good person for me to be around. I could be a fan from afar.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I kind of process.
You gotta be like that in LA because you can end up in the wrong circles real quick.
Yeah, I stay with the same people. I don't really like go outside of my circle of friends and stuff like that. Like I try to keep my energy and what my everyday stuff that I do positive. I like positive conversations. And sometimes when you bring other people in, they can come with negative energy, negative kind of conversations. I live life happy, man. Like I got a beautiful family. My family's doing good, and I'm progressing. So every year I'm trying to do something bigger and better. So
yeah, to progress, you gotta watch the company you keep. I say.
Yeah, yo, listen, man. It's a big thing, man. Because if you name 5 people that's around you every day, I can guarantee you could tell what type of person you are. I could tell what type of person you are. So like most of my friends, I always tell them like we are bosses. All of them have to move a certain type of way. Like even with that. You know, this sounds crazy. You know, I had this conversation with my friends the other day. Not the other day, maybe like 2 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago. And we were just talking on the phone, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to sound rude, guys, but like, I need better friends. And they looked at me like, what? Shaq, what you talking about? I said, nah, it's nothing against y'all. Like, I'm not saying that we can't ever be friends or we not cool or anything like that. It's just the conversations are different. Like, I like talking to like different entrepreneurs and different people that's just making me think.
Right.
Like, or like sometimes, you talk to your friends and they downers, energy's down, or they always talking about what their boss said to them or stuff like that. I don't move like that. And so like, I like to move in my own way. So
life's about progression, so.
Yeah, that's why I need people that want to do more in life. Don't just be happy where you at, especially at the age we at. Like, if you're at 30-something years old or 20-something years old, even 40 or 50, if you're not still striving for something, what are you doing? Right. Like, every day you got to get up and strive for something. I look at my son, look at my wife. I'm like, yes, I'm trying to build for them. Right. And then now I'm looking at my family. Just responsibilities I got to do. I got a lot of. I just lost my brother. Yeah, sorry to hear, my bro. Yeah, bro, it's tough. But, I'm looking at, like, you know what? I got to do now for his kids. Mm-hmm. Like, now they're a part of they've been a part of my family, but now I'm personally taking, like, ownership and, like, I got to do this. I got to check up on his wife and check up on the kids, talk to them, let them know their uncle is here, and be there as much as possible, because I still got a lot going on over here. But I'm making that time and doing that because I know my brother would do that for me. Yeah. So,
good man. Family is so important, and unfortunately, sometimes we put that to the side and we lose. I feel like we lose purpose for ourselves and what we got to do, like what drives us. So,
yeah. Well,
it's good to see you.
Family's everything, man. Right? Like I can't focus correctly without my wife. Right. And then seeing my son just gives me spirit to keep doing more. So it's like and this
power, the power structure.
It's structure because you need structure in life. You definitely need structure, or you'll be a mess.
Especially in this world, like you'd be here.
You'd be a mess, bro. You'd be a mess. But I grew up in a household where my parents been married 45 years, 45, 46 years, and just to have that structure, seeing them being together for that long, and seeing what love is,
and the benefit of that.
A lot of people.
I grew up seeing that myself.
Yeah, and you see what love is like. Love is an up and down thing. It's not like, the good
fairy tales.
What you see in these stories. Like, that's why you see these people now, they get in these relationships and one thing happens in the relationship, they'll just, all right, I'm done with you. That's not a real relationship.
Yeah. Like, not ready for that.
Everybody's growing.
I think everybody needs to take a class on relationship and love and find out what these things really mean before pursuing each other.
Yeah, but everybody has their own what love is and their perspective on different things. Yeah. So it's like understanding what you need and being able to communicate that to your partner is everything.
True. Communication is huge.
Yeah.
But my brother, I want to hear how you went from personal training to
we bouncing around.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's organic. I want to hear about how you transitioned from Jerry, personal training. You still had the mindset because I seen that you were already rocking the colors. Mm-hmm. And you had the name in mind before you started the project. Yeah. How did that come about in the transition into?
Well, it kind of happened it's crazy because the last 5 or 6 years of my life has just been something major happened every year. 4 years ago, I think.
Good and bad?
No, all good, all positive. You got bumps in the road because that's life. Right. Nothing's gonna go smoothly. But, in the midst, got engaged. Then after being engaged, had my wedding. Then after the wedding, having my son. Then after my son, now opening up a gym. This all happened in a matter of 4 years.
Wow.
So it's every year, it's wow, something else. So
that's life, though. That's progression. You're doing something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like people that want to keep pushing. I want to have better years than I have last year.
Crazy year.
Yeah, I'm building something I feel is special that I'm building in Los Angeles. But in the midst of that, all that high you get, right? Because you see people, congratulations. Yeah. But real life hits you. Losing my brother, boom, that brings you back down to what life is about. Mm-hmm. And it's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be up and down. So
I think people have this misconception that if it's hard, then I should stop. Or if it's challenging, maybe I should change direction. It's
no, you keep going. Listen, when I when it came to Stronghouse Fitness, as far as the space now, right? I signed my lease in February. 3 weeks later, I got hit with COVID. I'm like, wow.
They said you had to shut it down?
Shut down. I'm like, hold up. I'm just about to try to open my own facility.
How'd that influence you? Because like a lot of people are not recovering, not handling it well. But
it's crazy because I had people that told me that, yo, don't do it. Even my landlord, right? Mm-hmm. We got to change that word to landlord. But
you're right. Scratch landlord.
Yeah.
Business partner.
Yeah, business partner. I don't like the landlord part.
I'm with you on
I
that.
I talked to him, and he was ready to give my whole money back. He was like, "Yo, listen, you can take your everything you put. This is almost like $100,000. Yo, you can take this back, and you can walk off." And I'm like, "Cause you think, cause I signed my lease. I'm like, I'm dead. I have to be here for this many years,
right? But
not knowing what's next, cause now they're saying this pandemic is about to change the whole world. So I'm nervous, and this is affecting my, health, and the health is affecting the coronavirus. Cause it was affecting the gyms and stuff like that, because people being sick and people can't come in and work out, and they saying all this other stuff. So I knew it was affecting my business. So I was like, I was nervous, but I had one conversation. I had a conversation with my wife, and I was like, "Baby, think we should still do this?" And she said, "Yo, this is next for you." So, and that's all the confirmation I really needed.
Like the gym was next?
Yeah. Said this is next for you.
I need to get me a wife then, because...
Yo, listen, I'm telling you, get a good woman, man. A good woman will elevate you, not downgrade you.
I'm hearing a lot of empowerment from you,
listen,
your wife.
I keep that energy around me. My mother's like that. My wife is like that. My friends are like that. The people in my circle, we always motivate and uplifting each other. Like, we never downgrade it. We try not to say too many negative things. Sometimes your friends need to hear it, but most of the time it's on a positive tip. We do a lot of things on the positive.
That's a good look, and I'm definitely seeing the results of that as individual, businessman, husband. So definitely you guys take notes. I know I'm taking notes, because I believe some of the people you should be like listening to are people that are married. If you want marriage advice, listen to people that are happily married, people that are going through trials and tribulations, overcoming the trials and tribulations, especially during right now, because a lot of businesses are struggling. Yeah. It's a challenge, but you're like, what am I gonna do? What's the other option?
Yeah, it's no other option. Not for me. I don't come from money. My rent too high, so I gotta hustle. Right. So it's like, we figured it out, man. Me and my team, we did a lot of like Zoom calls. I have a great team of trainers that's with me in Stronghouse Fitness, and man, we're doing well, man.
Like, adapt.
Even when it comes to we're adapting to what was going on, but even in this time, we sold out of memberships for people that are in gyms right now. We have the response that we have from people that want to support us, and it's amazing, man. What people that supporting our Stronghouse Fitness. It's a beautiful thing.
Definitely a beautiful thing. I look forward to seeing your growth, regardless of what's going on outside in the world. You guys gotta make the best out of it, and you guys are doing that.
Always, man. Keeping guys like you in there, man.
Hey.
You walking through, yo, man, I'm trying to get like
you led by example. So like you're, a business owner, you promote health and fitness, and you live that lifestyle. So that energy as well. Like for me, it's about the energy to being humble. Like I could tell you're a confident man, confident dude, but you stay humble, and that's like you're approachable.
Yeah,
like
it's so funny, like how you say the approachable part. Cause I'll be in clubs, bro. Guys would just like literally walk up to me and tap me like, "Yo, how much you bench?" I'm like, "Oh,
what's that got to do for anything? What, you want me to bench you?"
But it's like, yo, you in the club, in the nightclub, and I'm not like a small guy, so it's like you just gonna grab me like, "Yo, how much you bench, son?" Like, you don't know, sometimes that can end ugly. Like, especially in those type of environments.
You talking about New York, dude?
Well, New York days, or even this in the world, like, you don't just grab. Like, if I just grabbed you, like, you just grab me, I'm like, "Yo, bro, what you doing?"
Like, we know each other?
Yeah, bro, it might be some problems. In New York, it'd be some problems. I know in LA, it'd be some problems, but definitely in New York, it'd be some problems.
Right.
You're not just gonna grab me for no reason, bro. Like, announce yourself.
Sometimes you're too approachable, you think?
Sometimes, but I'm cool with that, though, because I'm a people person. So I like talking to people. I can talk to anybody. You can learn from any conversation. You can learn from. So it's like, yo, we here to learn, so why not?
You got the business. You're working towards that right now. How's being a fatherhood influencing? Because like you got a lot on your plate, and you still looks like you using time management just make it work. Like you made time to come here today.
Yeah, I have to. Well, I make sure I'm home before he goes to sleep every night. I gotta play around with him. When I walk through the door, he wanna run and jump, and we got this little thing that we do. Outside my apartment, we'll run down the hall. We have a long hallway. He just
You working out?
Nah, he just want to run.
Okay,
He's an outdoor type of kid. So he just anytime that door open or he hear the keys, he's running to that door. So I would grab him, and what we'll do is we'll run all the way down the hall, and I'll run back.
So you gotta stay in shape for multiple reasons.
Listen, man. Listen, I told myself, I told my wife this. She told me I'm crazy, but I told myself I'm gonna stay in shape stay in tip-top shape till he's 15 years old, because I think that's the age the kids try your father. I tried my father at the age of 15, so I don't know.
So
I say I'm gonna stay.
What you do? You look at him to the side or something? Like, well,
Nah, cause he already like
I think it's in us to do that as men. Like
I don't know. He had this moment where he already tried to bully me already.
Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah, he's a little funny guy, man. Just imagine standing like we was in his bedroom, and my wife was like folding his clothes, and I'm like literally standing in front of the door. You know how like as a man you can walk by and bump somebody, then look at them, look behind, like,
hey, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? He did that to me. He bumped me, looked at me like.
That probably helped you out though.
But I looked at him like, yo, bro, I'm the man in this house, bro. Don't be trying to.
That's how you felt?
I feel like you were trying to bully me. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He probably got his strategies.
I don't know, man. I took that as like, yo, if I did that to my father when I was a kid, it'd been a problem, a big problem in my household. And my father he was very strict on certain things. You had to abide by his rules. So maybe that's what I get a little.
That help you stay out of trouble? Like how that influence like your upbringing, your peers and stuff?
Well, I stayed out of trouble for the most part. I've never been arrested, so keep not gonna work on that. I'm happy.
We want to keep it that way.
Keep it that way. Yeah, listen. If I ain't go to jail when I was a kid, I'd be stupid to go. I'd be stupid to go now.
Right.
You feel me? Unless you do anything to my family, then that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a given.
My wife didn't like that comment. But I forgot what was the question again, brother? I'm sorry.
Oh, we're talking about 15-year-old, like you were like, if I did that as a kid,
yeah, but
dad was strict.
Yeah, that's just how my father was. He grew up in Garnett, South Carolina. He born in 1944, so it was a different time. So his discipline was a little bit different. So, but it kept us all in order.
Order. I love that word.
Well, when you're a kid, you don't understand nothing. Like your parents hitting you or trying to discipline you in some type of way.
Questioning it.
And you don't understand. But me now having a child, right? I understand because I see my son. I'm chasing him around. But imagine having 7 of them.
Oh.
You got to create some type of order in this house.
Yeah.
Because 7 kids are going to go crazy.
They need to respect order.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And because we had 5 that was under 5.
Oh,
5 kids.
That's a handful.
It was me. I have a sister named Cherry, right? And she's 11 months apart. We were born in the same year. Mm-hmm. I was born in January of 88. She was born in December of 88. So we have that one. Then I have my sister, Ida. Then I have my brother who just passed, Jag. And we have my brother, Evans. You know my brother, Evans, Dante. Right. So you have those 5. You got it's like baby kids. You got 5 little kids and basically 800 square foot apartment. It's like, it's going to be crazy.
My mom had put in some work.
Yeah. Well, my mother was the hustler. My father was the hustler, but his back gave out, and my mother was basically the breadwinner in the household. She had a fashion store that she owned in Fordham, Fordham in the Bronx. And after that, she became, to me, a street hustler. And I learned a lot of my a lot of my traits, the way I am in life, I learned from her. So I appreciate her for that. Because I was on the streets at the age of 6 and 7 years old, selling T-shirts, coffee mugs, picture frames to anybody that was walking on 125th and 7th. And my mother had all her kids out there like that.
That independent mindset.
Yeah.
It's needed, especially right now.
Oh, yeah. No, because nowadays people looking for people to give them things.
Handouts.
That's not going to happen.
That weakens us.
I try to listen. I live life for me. I don't worry about what nobody else is doing. I worry about what I got to do for my family.
First, foremost.
Always. Because when I got a bill, nobody else is going to pay it. Nobody else is going to pay it. And then I realized that, listen, in this life here, you got to go get it. You cannot sit on your ass. Excuse my language. But you can't sit on your ass for anything, man. And that's why I get up every day at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.?
4 a.m. every day. 4 a.m. to 4:30, in between those two. I'm up. My wife think I'm crazy, but I'm up. Like, I cannot sleep.
You got things to do.
I got things to do. We always got something to do.
So what could you say to fathers right now? Because especially during the times that we're in.
When you have your priorities in order, just always have your priorities in order and be disciplined. I think that's the key, right? When you realize, because sometimes you get allow distractions to mess with your mind. So if you stay
social media.
So that's a big thing. Anybody that knows me, they know I hate social media. I know you need it for business.
Told me.
But I don't like social media because you literally looking into somebody else's life and then you starting to compare it now.
You're right.
I'm not doing as well I need to be doing. Or because I got to the point where I was doing that.
Yeah.
I would look at other people and be like, yo, why are they doing this? Why I'm not doing that? I'm like,
I've been guilty of that, and you just gotta be like, what you doing? Cut that out.
Yeah, but
we're not doing that.
That's why I just don't even want to look at it.
It's toxic.
Yo, it is. It messes with your mind. And like I said, I'm really protective of what I'm watching, what I listen to, the energy that's around me. I really want to protect that. And that's how I'm gonna keep growing, to become a better man, a husband, a father, all that.
So you say priorities and also discipline.
Being disciplined. And the discipline part is just being consistent. Like me getting up at 4 o'clock every day is being consistent. Even if I might not have nothing to do, say I don't need to do something till 5, I'm gonna still get up. And maybe I stretch in the morning or read a book or
you'll find something to do.
Or I'll wake my wife up and bother her, hey baby, just shake up, whatever. But I always try to find something to do, just to try to keep pushing forward, just to try to exercise my brain and motivate others. I love the fact that I get to see that what I'm doing here now, I'm able to. I have friends that's from New York and from the Bronx that come visit me, right? And I'm able to give them a tour of the facility and just let them know, like, yo, listen, I know I've been going for a while, but yo, this is what I've been doing. I've been hustling, been grinding.
You're seeing the fruits.
Yo, and they getting motivated by that, and that's why that's what I want them to do. I want them to know that, yo, listen, we came from the same streets, these same corners, all that, and if I can do this, you can do it. It's no different between me and you. I just stay disciplined and consistent, and know from right from wrong. I'm not gonna put myself in certain situations. I don't go out to the clubs and stuff like that. So I don't. It's crazy because LA lifestyle is like the club life and all this stuff, and I
trying to make it seem like you're something you're not. And
but it's the clubs are whack now in my eyes because they don't really it's LA now. It's like when I moved here, I see that they made the dance floor smaller, but the VIP sessions large.
Right. So it's like.
So I'm like, okay, we're not here to party. We actually here to just look good.
Dance, right.
And just to spend thousands of dollars. And so like I'm not.
They still got dance clubs in New York. People still dance up there.
Yeah, they still boogie down there.
Because over here, I'm like,
listen, I gotta bring you to some. Listen, I gotta bring you to some spots. Okay. It's actually a good spot out here that I'm about to plug it. It's one of my favorite spots, man. It's called GS Lounge.
Okay.
Down by Westchester, California, by the airport.
What state is that? Okay.
By the airport. It's a fun spot because it gives me that New York energy.
Okay.
Where everybody's dancing. It's not like, yo, I look better than you. Or
okay, I
look
missed
how
that.
many bottles. Look how many bottles I'm spending. How many bottles I'm popping. Like, yo, are we here for that? Because I can stay at home.
Groupie vibe.
And spend like a third of that. Like,
right.
Like, what's the point? So I didn't feel like the nightclub life was out here. And then plus, when you go out the nightlife, you kind of go out to mingle around. I have my wife. We've been there.
You taking?
Yeah. This year here, this January will make 10 years.
Speaking of wife, like I know you gotta go soon. I can't hold you for too long, but and we'll definitely have you back when you're available for different episodes. But some advice for the fellas on like pursuing the right woman. Cause like that's killing us. Like, as brothers, we're making the wrong choices when it comes to like pursuing women.
Well, get to know the person before you even start to. Me, I would say, like what I told my wife. I said the best way for me to understand you is to get to know your parents, right? Because now I get to know how you was raised, and now I know how you handle things in certain situations. And so I was like, I told her that straight up. Like, yo, I know we just met and all that, but like the best way for me to understand you is like, yo, is me talking to your parents.
That's funny you say that because in the past the parents were highly involved in the connection. They were like, yeah, we know so and so. Like, yo, you guys already knew each other from your parents before that connection happened. Like they're looking out for you.
So it's crazy. I would say get to know the person, like, life story, understand them because they make certain decisions and they might move a certain type of way because of their past. Right. So don't just get like mad. Be like, nah, you don't do this, so I'm done.
Yeah, understand first.
Yeah, like some people break up with people because they don't make up the bed, or they don't like the style of clothes they wear, which is crazy, or they got big muscles, or it's like a preference. I understand it's a preference, but it's like, come on, that's not what love is.
Yeah, that's not real. It's not a relationship. It won't last.
Nah, that's not
that mindset.
Yeah, so I would say
that's a big one. Understanding.
Just understanding that. I think that's big. And what's something else that guys need to?
I know I hit you off guard with some of these questions, but I was like, let me ask that while he's here.
Huh? Yeah, we met in college, so like, yeah. So
you met in college, so you've been investing some time in getting to know each other.
Oh, we invested a lot. This is 13 years total.
Man.
But 10 years.
That's
dating.
A grown man relationship.
Yo, listen, we got some years in.
Y'all could write a book.
I'm so private, bro. Like,
you gotta be.
Yeah, I live my life. Like, a lot of people say I should write a book, do YouTube, all this other stuff.
You gotta know what you're doing with that, because you could invite like unwanted attention.
That's that part.
Because that's
a
huge
I'm
part.
very protective of my energy.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
don't
be.
need that crazy stuff. So we'll see. But that, man, I have a beautiful wife, man. She's smart. She's understanding. She knows me, and that's all I can basically ask for. And she's a great mother. Like, I watch her with my son. She all playing with him, doing the ABCs.
That's a blessing.
Like yeah, people look at us and say goals all the time.
Hey, that's the truth.
But we just working and living our life, and doing the best thing we can, and to try to raise a son in this environment that's going on now. I have promised that he would, or I know for a fact that he will live a better lifestyle than I did when I grew up. So,
amen to that.
Yeah, that's what you want to do as a father, right? Give your kid better resources than you had.
Legacy. He's gonna take the torch and run with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy watching him grow. Man.
Right.
It's gonna be crazy.
I look forward to that, man. I appreciate you coming on board.
I appreciate you for having me, bro. Listen, this is great. We definitely gotta do this again.
Definitely. There's an audience that needs this empowerment, motivation, and I know we can reach them like this.
That's what my wife said. My wife and a lot of my friends say, yo, that's your next step in life. They see me being more of a inspirational, motivational speaker.
Because you're already doing it in your circle.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, that's what we
do.
But I just want everybody around me to be great and to be entrepreneurs. I really promote entrepreneurship.
That's a leader.
Oh, damn. Hey, listen, we here to, what they said, don't live just to live to make a difference.
Yeah, it's like if you're not making a difference,
I want everybody
you're not
around,
really living.
listen, I want everybody around me to be successful and stuff like that. So when I be like, yo, let's take a trip here, my friends gonna be like, yo, I got a plan for it. I say, let's go. That's the type of stuff I want to do. Freedom. And entrepreneurship and being bosses in your own right, that's the way to go. And don't having people having a title over your head, right? And you can feel like they can talk to you crazy. Because even me being an owner, I don't talk to any of my bosses like that. And we're not bosses, my employees. I call them bosses because.
But they know like the structure, chain of command.
Yeah, they understand. But like I want people that proactive, not reactive. Right. So if you doing this, be the best you can do at this position, and own it. Like I don't want to tell you about you. I want you to be passionate about what you're doing. Right. Because I feel like if you're passionate about something, I shouldn't have to tell you to do it. True. Same thing I told, like when I used to coach high school football, Hollywood High. I got a lot of those stories, man.
You coach over here, Hollywood High?
I was a defensive coach over there for 3 years. 3 years. First year, we took them to the championship. Bro.
You did your thing.
Oh, come on, bro. Everywhere we go, man, we do all right.
All industries, all right.
Man. Listen, I'm a coach first, man. I like to motivate.
Come off like a coach.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
that's just me. I'm blessed, and
natural.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. And I'm happy and I'm able to just to talk to people and let people hear my story and just to know that like you can make it out of any situation. Because me growing up where I came from, this wasn't. I dream of this, of what I'm doing and being where I'm at, but it's so much work to get there.
Hurdles.
And it's like sometimes you can look around and you be like, yo, it's no way. But you just gotta stay focused.
I'm glad you overcame them, and you're a living example.
But we still working though.
Right, non-stop.
Never stop.
Till the last breath. But thanks guys for tuning in.
Oh, we here, baby. What can
Jerry Housey.
Yo, let's do
Jerry
it.
Housey.
Got my boy Max with me, man. Yeah, hey.
His links will be in the description so you can find him.
Find him on Stronghouse Fitness at Facebook, Instagram. We don't have a Twitter. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Stronghouse Fitness. And if you want to look at anything that I'm doing, Jerry_Housey on Instagram and Jerry Housey on Facebook. You can follow me and my family.
Links down below.
Let's do it.
I appreciate you, my bro.